Hi YouTube, welcome to the Emporium Outdoors. My name is Michael, and just down here is Esme, my dog. So today we've decided to take the Argo to a remote lake that I've never been to before, and we're just trying to battle our way there. As you can see behind me, the trail hasn't been used for quite some time. It's pretty wet. Just taking trees down as we go along. I'm not even sure if we're going to make it there yet, but we have enough gear with us so we can just camp anywhere along the way. It's warming up, a few of the bugs are out, so I have the long sleeve shirt on and the bug spray. It's going to be at least another couple of 100 kilometers of this rough stuff, and then hopefully it should open out into something that's a bit more usable. But the Argo's doing a pretty good job. We're picking our way through, and let's see how it goes. There's a big mosquito. What do you think, Ez? Should we get out this rough stuff? So there is quite a bit of clearing to do. I think we're on the right trail. We'll soon find out. I don't want to camp here because it's pretty swampy. And if the bugs aren't bad now, they certainly will be a little bit later on. So let's keep going. Invaders! Well, we actually made it. Discovered a lost lake that there is no access to, apart from on a map. So I'm just hoping there's going to be fish in here. Kind of looks like there might be. Certainly some loons. I'm just looking for ripples and such. There's plenty of insect life. I can see water boatmen under the surface of the water. Just need to watch and see if there's any fish. Can you go for a swim, let's go? Can you go swim? Can you go swimming? Go swim. Go get it. Go on, you'll be fine. Go get it. Big scared. I think there's fish out there. So the next challenge is to get the Argo in the water, which can be a bit of a challenge. It's a bit of a drop off and I know these are kind of nose heavy. I do have weight in the back, but obviously I don't want to do anything bad to the machine. But I can definitely see fish out there. I've got my fishing rod right here, my fishing gear here. So I want to do it, but I want to do it safely. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. I could winch myself back in. I'm not sure. Might just try driving forward and see how it goes. Maybe. Might try a little bit further up and see if I can find a better place to enter. think that kind of works. Feels a little tippy, and this could be down to the frame because it's not really meant to have a frame on to use as a boat. So I remove the frame? I've probably got the tools with me, or I may just pick a spot and fish from the shore. It certainly floats. It managed to climb out okay, so that was pretty good. But this is a nice area. We could probably spend the night here, no problems. There is a beaver dam down at the bottom. Esme can go for a nice swim, and hopefully the bugs are not going to be too bad. We need to get up off the swampy parts. But yeah, if I was pretty sure I would have got here today, I would have took the frame off. Probably could. I don't know. We'll see. I'll sit and think about it. I think I'll probably have better luck fly fishing from the shore actually. A beautiful day. Good girl. Come on, Ez. Good swimmer. Come on. Good girl. Yuck. So we decided to leave the lake. There was just too many bugs and it was going to be pretty rough going, I think, sleeping there. The swamp extended for quite some way before the lake, so we'd have to have travelled out and pretty much deep into the brush, which would have been no better for bugs. So we decided to move on and find some opener area. This is by the river that we know. River's kind of high, but I think we're gonna spend the night pretty close by here. It's a beautiful day still. I think it must be above 20s Celsius, so it's pretty good. Esme's been swimming in and out all day. Everything's wet. Our little cushion we have's wet. My trousers are wet where she leans on me when we drive. So I've got some things to dry out, that's for sure. Well, we've finally arrived. This is one of my favourite camp spots, and it's one of the places I like to test all my gear. So I'm going to grab some stuff. I'm going to show you what I brought with me today. So this is my new modular backpack system. I'll just put it on for you. So this is the helikon-tex Foxtrot Mark II. Do have some stuff in my pockets. And this is the pack from Warbonnet. I'll put the link in the bottom. It's a 10-litre pack, and I have put a side pouch on and Esme's food on the other side. And this weighs around 10 pounds, I believe. So this is my modular setup. I'll give you a closer look. So I think I need another pouch the same size on the backpack, but the two things work together really well. I'm actually quite pleased with the way they work. So the idea behind this is when I go camping or hiking specifically. Today I didn't really need this because I have the Argo, but I'm really just testing whether I can actually pack enough stuff in these two pieces of equipment for a 1 to 2 day hike. I think I can. I've got enough stuff here. But the beauty of this system is all my overnight stuff is in this bag. So all my sleeping bag, underquilt, hammock, everything else is in here, which I could leave at camp. So I'm free now to just take this pack, which has all my food, cooking equipment, survival stuff, as well as water purification. So that's the idea behind it. I can actually strip away, set up a camp, and then just use this as it is, and then I can go and explore for a day. That's the whole point of having a modular system. Now I'm free to do whatever I want with this particular pack. So I'll just go through and show you exactly what I've got in each of the two bags right now. So this side I have Esme's food, her water and food dishes. So that's one piece that I'll probably change around. In my side pouch, this is a Sea to Summit Sil Nylon Ultra Sil Nano poncho. These are my Dutch wire beetle buckle suspension that I haven't tried yet, so these are new. These are kind of over long. These are 15 footers, so I need to figure out how long they need to be. 2 tent pegs, my pillow, and 2 more tent pegs. And this is my tarp for my hammock. This is actually off my Hennessy hammock, so I don't have a tarp right now. Put that away. And then inside the main compartment, this is my Warbonnet Eldorado. It's my enlightened equipment, 20 Fahrenheit top quilt. I could squish this down more, and right at the bottom is my Emo, I think it's a Vulcan underquilt, which is right there. So that's basically all my bedding. This is what I would leave behind once I actually split the 2 packs. So apart from the poncho, there's probably nothing really I need to take away. So for the pack, what I've got is a Nalgene. I think it's a 32 ounce bottle. Probably don't need a steel bottle, if I'm honest. I could probably lose that. I think there is weight to be lost from this setup. I have my Modular HD companion. Just slips onto the molly nicely. In this pouch is my MSR water filter, and I have a separate pack cover. Just to ensure none of this gets wet, I have a separate pack cover that I can put on. And then in the front, I just have my compass, lip balm, some cordage, pen, and just usual stuff. It's not important. In the main body of the pack, I have documentation, first aid kit, my Sea to Summit mug, which I actually love quite a bit. It's a Sea to Summit coffee filter, which I just picked up. Excited to try that. This is my Toaks, I think it's a 750 milliliter cup and lid, and actually contains all my food for tonight. So I have some rice, my breakfast stuff, 2 cup of soup, and a can of tuna in there. I have my buff for tonight when it gets cold, bathroom tissue, coffee for the morning, herbs and spices, spoon, and the pocket bellows for starting fires, hand sanitizer, knife sharpener, headlamp, and fire lighting steel. That's resin, spruce resin for starting fires. And then I have my fire lighting pack, which contains birch bark, lighters, candle, and a few other bits and pieces. So that's everything. The main pack comes to, I think it's 9 or 10 pounds in weight. I think this one came in at around 8 or 9. I think it was 9 actually, with food and water as well. So that's not too bad. It's actually, let's say, 20 pounds for everything combined. I do think I need more. I don't have a jacket. It's actually in my Argo, but I am missing extra clothing. I have a down jacket that I would take with me, and that would fit into the large pouch that I would actually put on here. So there are some additional clothing that I would add, but apart from that, there's enough stuff here, I think, for at least 1 day, maybe 2 days, depending on food. So let me know what you think. I'm very happy with it so far. I think there's always improvements. I'd like to lighten it even further, but I am excited to spend my first night in the Warbonnet. So these are the new beetle buckle type suspension. This is from Dutchware. Like I said, I haven't used this before, so I'm going to set this up and we're going to learn together. And they're long. So the way this works is the continuous loop just hooks over the buckle like so. That's it, kind of locked in. Then you can just tension it like that. It's very simple. So we'll see how that works out. Just surprised how much that's stretched. That's pretty good. You want your feet slightly higher than your head, so you're not sliding down the bed all the time. Little bag here clips onto the ridgeline. Actually, and I added these small little clip things. It's pretty good. So just have these little clips holding up the rainfly. It's slightly small, but I think it'll work for now. I'll probably buy the Superfly. I'm still making my mind up. So I've just grabbed some dried grass and this old man's beard from the spruce tree just behind you. And we're going to get this fire going. This is an old fire pit, so I do have some old burnt stuff. Even though this is damp, this will actually light up pretty easy. So I'm going to start as I always do. 2 pieces of my fire lighting pouch. My tinder. I'm just going to throw that in there. I'm just going to use the Moira HD. Companion HD, just to make some fire sticks. Even though this is one of the cheapest knives, this is actually one of my favorites. It's such a good knife. very comfortable, it's easy to control. Some twigs. Oh, it's not super dry. These ones seem okay. And I also have some pine resin that I collected, so I'm just going to throw that in too. And this will help keep the bugs off as well. These smaller burnt pieces, I'll try and get those in. Oop. Like I say, even though they're a little bit damp, they'll actually catch pretty quickly. That's all it takes. So once this is burnt down, this will be the two end logs will become the platform for my grill, and I can put my little pot in there and get my supper cooked. So I find the hammock very comfortable to actually lounge in. I'm just trying out this new beer. It's called the White Raven, and this is brewed in Alberta. It's a local beer. It's IPA. Not bad. Feels like it's going to rain. The forecast for tonight is to go down to 10 degrees Celsius. So way above freezing. I did bring some helikon-tex as well to put in the bottom of the hammock, but I'm going to try it without. I think the underquilt should be fine. Or the helikon-tex, but probably not both. So I'm going to go with the underquilt, because that's what I would probably take with me. It's less bulky. But very much looking forward to testing out the hammock. So far I've been very pleased with the quality and the way the hammock sets up. It takes a little bit of getting used to. There's a lot more options with this type of hammock, like how you hang it, the equipment, you know, how you run all the different lines, etc. So a bit of a steeper learning curve, but to be honest, it's not rocket science. Once you've played around with it a few times and you figure out what works and what doesn't work, then you're doing pretty good. On for this evening, so got the old Expedition Research grill. My Tokes pot. I'm going to put a quarter of fill. I have Uncle Ben's Express rice. also have tuna. So once this is boiled up and the rice is warmed up, it's already cooked. So the cost of this meal is probably, I don't know, $3.50, I think. So it's much cheaper than the outdoor meals. I kind of find it ridiculous, the price of some of the like mountain house things. I mean, it is expensive to create dehydrated foods, but you can actually bring your own stuff that you can get from the supermarket. That's just as good, and it's like a fraction of the price. Yep. Perfectly cooked. What I can do now is add my tuna. I tend to buy the cans with the pull lids. What I also do is I'm going to put these on the fire so it will burn off any residue. Because these cans aren't sharp because of the pole lid, they're actually quite blunt. I'll let Esme eat out of this can. Come on, Ez. Oh, what's this? So it's actually a really good meal. It's got lots of energy in it, and it's like a fraction of the price of the camping foods. I think we're going to relax for a little while. Time is 5 to 7. So we have about 2 hours left. So I wasn't expecting rain, but we've had a little bit of a shower. But I do have the tarp up, so we're nicely covered. It's actually quite nice. So I'm kind of enjoying relaxing today. It was actually quite hard getting into the lake. It took a lot of energy. Just cutting a lot of trees, clearing a lot of trail. But it was nice all the same to get in there. I'll certainly be back. I think once I've figured out the Argo and the flotation, then I shall be back. Well, it's just after 9:30 and we've been relaxing in the hammock. We went for a few walks around and we've been keeping the fire going as well. And we can hear the frogs in the background. I'm not sure if the microphone will pick that up. It's been a very pleasant evening. Esme and I have both had quite a bit of fun, but we are pretty tired. Esme's curled up just beneath the hammock. And the bugs have come out. We've got a few bites each, but not too much. So we'll probably put a few more logs on the fire and then we'll climb into the hammock for good. But very peaceful. I think everyone should experience this at least once in their life, just to kind of be somewhere where there isn't something else. So we're both in the hammock now, and yeah, I think we're pretty happy. I'm actually very comfortable. We have the woobie blanket that Esme's on. I'll show you her in a second. I have the tie out just on the side here for the bug net. I have a good diagonal lie across the hammock. And just listen to the birds. And I'll be asleep before you know it. So I was literally just fast asleep dreaming, and just got woke up by thunder and lightning. So I had to pull the cover down. It was about 3 o'clock, I think. So I've had to get out, pull the cover down, and I'm just listening to the thunder and lightning. It doesn't sound like it's too close, but yeah, it's kind of interesting. Didn't expect any rain or anything tonight, so something new, something to listen to. I'll let you know if it gets any worse. So good morning, everyone. We had a very interesting night. So from around 2:30 or 3 o'clock, we had a thunderstorm come through for probably about an hour. It didn't pass straight over the top, but it kind of skirted around. But it was interesting watching all the lightning, and woke Esme up and woke me up with the thunderclaps, and made Esme very uncomfortable. But I pulled down at half the tarp covering, so I had to nip out and pull the rest of the tarp to stop getting wet. So even though it's a small tarp, it actually covered quite well, and we didn't get wet at all. So that was kind of nice. Slept well in the hammock. The underquilt didn't work as well as I thought. Ended up putting the woobie just under my back, because my back was starting to, it wasn't cold, but I could feel the cold. That makes sense. And the biggest problem was Esme was a little bit uncomfortable because she was overheating. She normally sleeps kind of between my legs, and with this top quilt that I have, this enlightened equipment, it's a 20 Fahrenheit bag, so it's -6 Celsius. I was very comfortable, but she was just overheating. But she still has a winter fur as well, so that doesn't really help. She's due for a haircut anyway. So we managed to find a position where she could actually stick a face out of the hammock. Even though the meshing is obviously quite fine, it does hold heat in. It's surprising. So all in all, actually a really comfortable night. Actually went quite well. The underquilt's my weak point on this system right now, which I'll fix. The little holding bag in the middle of the hammock actually works quite well. I've got so much stuff in there, got my phone and everything. So, actually worked quite well. I think now it's time for some breakfast. The tinder just feels too damp. Like, we had rain all night, so I do have a piece of birch bark, so we need to try that. should have done like half the water. But this will work. That is good coffee. This is the Black Rifle coffee company. It's kind of hot. For breakfast I have instant oatmeal. So I'm just boiling up a little bit more water for that. All I do is just put the water straight in the bag. Saves on the washing up. So Esme and I are all set to head off onto our next adventure. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and until next time, take care. Come on, Ez. Thanks for help. Come on. Come on, okay. Well, that brings us to the end of another video. We had a great time exploring and finding the Mystery Lake, and I'm hoping we can head back there pretty soon and actually do some fishing from the Argo. The Dutchware Eldorado Hammock worked out excellent, and I'm looking forward to spending many more nights hanging between trees and looking up at the stars. So until next time, take care. And as always, thank you very much for watching. If you like my videos, leave me a comment, maybe a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe.